Alright then guys, welcome to the video, welcome back to the channel, and as you can see, the S2000 engine swap Sierra is back. It has been trailered here. I'm with Joel from Ignite Automotive, and today is hopefully the final dyno session with this thing with Romain from RaceCal. So we're down here in Bognor Regis at Devil Developments, and we've basically just arrived. So it's about a 2-hour drive down here. We're going to unload this car and get it strapped down on the dyno. Hopefully we don't blow anything up. Hopefully this makes the power everyone's hoping. Let's see what happens. So I thought I would also quickly just mention, in case you haven't seen the other videos, what this thing actually is. So obviously, as you can see, it is a Sierra, and this has an F20 engine in it from an S2000 with a big turbo strapped to it. So I'll obviously show you that once the engine bay is on show later on. Absolutely nuts, full conversion, all still rear wheel drive, everything. Gonna be a crazy day to see what power this thing makes. Okay, so basically Romain is now here and he's just running through the cold start procedure because it's got some issue with the cold start at the moment. As you can see in the background is the drift car that was just on the dyno just here. Look at that, sick. Got a sick OG logo bridge seat in the driver's seat as well. So couldn't replicate the problem because it is a bit too warm today, but the car is now on its way into the dyno. So the moment of truth, is it going to do what we all hope it's going to do, which is sort of around the 450 to 480 mark. That's the aim for today. And it goes. This is the first time I've ever been down to Devil Development, so into the dyno room. Nice that it's like a sealed room, so it's not super loud for everyone else working here. You hear that turbo whistling away. Car's up on the dyno, just taking the bonnet off because there's no bonnet stay, so it's easier to take the bonnet off. Yeah, it's getting strapped down as we speak. If you haven't seen it, this is what we have going on in the engine bay. Right then, so fan is in, sensors and everything plugged in, ready to go. So this thing is time. It's got two 15 tyres in the rear, so this is really going to be interesting. It was supposed to be a hub dyno, but that hub dyno ended up breaking, so hence why we're down here at Devil Developments today. Another rolling road, but they've had cars with way more power run fine on this, so let's see what's going to happen. Okay, so I'm hoping you can hear me over this. It's going to be another one of those videos that's super loud in here. So running into an issue where it's either wheel spin again or could potentially be the clutch. But at the moment we're not totally sure. So first thing we're going to try is dropping the tyre pressures in the rear to see if that helps. But it's weird because it ran 2-3 runs without it doing it, and then now it started doing it. So that was 282. Nothing crazy, but that's obviously because it slipped so much. Okay, let's try again. Let's see what's going to happen. Hopefully it is wheel spin and not the clutch, but this run should be the decider to find out. New plan seems to be working. It actually turned out that it was probably the clutch pedal was holding the clutch off ever so slightly, which is causing it to an issue. So we just removed the stopper, and now in theory it should be fine. So let's see what happens when we actually put it under some proper load. Fingers crossed this is the solution. There was no slipping that time, as you can hear, so hopefully that is it solved, but hard to say at the moment. If that run was 297 horsepower, not sure on the torque figure from where I'm stood, but in theory obviously we're going for more than that, but potentially with more power and torque it could be a problem. technical hitch. Basically, it turns out that the boost solenoid that was installed is faulty, which is crazy because it is a brand new unit. So it's just one of those things, super unlucky, but we swapped it to another one, and then that is in theory the fix for being able to run more boost on this thing. So we're gonna get this fully installed and then we'll be back on with the power runs. Big jump in power, jumped to 50 horsepower. So a super brief intermission, basically one of the boost pipes just popped off on the boost solenoid, so just reattach that. This number over here, 402 horsepower, that is wheel horsepower, not at the crank. It's looking like around 470-ish at the moment. Romain just wants to change the curve a little bit, get it maybe around 500. There is torque, it's potentially going to be dropped high number back down a little bit, but it would have been obviously back for that higher number. This thing is 215 to the rear, high revving engine like this with a massive turbo. Like, it's going to be a ridiculous thing to drive. And so there we go, the mapping session is done, it is all finished. Well, this is max power basically, so it made 486 on the max. I think it's been brought down a little bit from this, but this was the most powerful run of the day. As you can see, it gets pretty wild up here. And it's out. Taking it back to the trailer now, loading it up, and then we're going to head back. Hopefully it's been interesting. It's been super cool to watch something like this get mapped. I've never seen a turbo car get mapped, especially something as cool as this with the S2000 engine. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. So hopefully you've enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like this one, comment down below what you think of this thing. I think it's absolutely nuts. It would be crazy to see this thing out on the road. It's going to be scary. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed this one. Go check out the channel if you want to see more S2000 stuff, more Civic EP3 stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.